So let's talk about sustainable development goals, remaining a major topic at the moment. But what does this mean for sub-Saharan Africa? And how best can the continent achieve these goals? This is part of the conversation at the forthcoming World Economic Forum for Africa coming up next week, May 11th to 13th in Kigali, the Rwandan capital. Let's get more insight on that and a scorecard for sub-Saharan Africa. Now I've been joined by the head of Foundations Community and Development Finance on SDG at the World Economic Forum, Terry Toyota, is joining us from Geneva. Good afternoon. Thanks for coming through on the program.
Good afternoon.
Good to see you, Terry. So let's get the conversation started. A very hot topic at the moment. The key question is, give us a bit of a scorecard of where we are with the SDGs, even though it's still fresh on the table.
Well, as you know, the SDGs are one of the most universal and ambitious kind of unifying frameworks that we've had for sustainable development. So while very ambitious, it comes with a price tag. And we've had quotes from about $2.5 trillion needed. And you add on top of that some of the commitments coming out of COP21 of 13 to 14 billion. And, you know, we're looking at a hefty price tag. So the angle that the World Economic Forum has taken is to look at what's really needed to mobilize the financing that will be necessary.
Yes, so where would the money come from, Terry? Where are we likely to find the money, especially for Africa?
Well, this is going to take a collaborative effort. So we are looking at both, you know, domestic resources, but again, as being the Institute for Public-Private Cooperation, we've modeled a concept called blended finance, and this is looking at how public and philanthropic funds can be combined to help mobilize private capital. We think there's a lot of private capital that could be used to invest in emerging and developing countries. You know, institutional investors, this is really where we move from the billions that have been invested to the trillions that are needed.
In terms of actionable plans, in terms of what steps we need to take beyond money, that's the question, Terry. What should sub-Saharan Africa be doing right now?
Yep. So we've built out two very practical and pragmatic platforms that actually look at how you can do these blended finance deals. And this is really how can we motivate some of the big players to move and invest into countries in sub-Saharan Africa. These are generally large infrastructure deals like renewable energy, you know, solar farms, mobile technology. And by looking at these deals with kind of a public and private sector view to it, this is how we can really move the dial on private investment.
So next week in Kigali, what will be the new thinking, the new approach that will be placed on the table before African leaders, business leaders, policymakers, and world leaders who are partners with the World Economic Forum and Africa to get the SDGs up and running?
Yeah, what we want to do is to have one of these platforms called the Sustainable Development Investment Partnership, SDIP, and have a discussion about having a customized bespoke platform for sub-Saharan Africa. This would mean bringing on government leaders, the domestic development banks, as well as foreign investment into partnerships and opportunities, again, primarily around infrastructure, but not exclusively. And we think that that can be one of the biggest innovating steps and mechanisms and approaches for mobilizing new investment.
Okay, Terry Toyota, I guess we'll continue this conversation next week in Kigali. Hope to see you there.
Great, thank you so much.
You have a great out of Geneva. Thank you very much. Terry Toyota, Head of Sustainable Communications and SDGs at the World Economic Forum. Okay, so let's go to Kenya, western part of the country, where a business owner has found a way to market green bananas that are widely grown in the region. Aska Nkiawara is processing banana snacks and bread for sale. Her company, a small one, has also contracted farmers to produce the crop, giving them a chance to make better profits.
Workers prepare green bananas for processing at the Kenya Industrial Research and Development Institute in Kisii County, Western Kenya. The government body runs a banana processing plant that trains and provides research for entrepreneurs who want to develop startups in agriculture. Aspiring entrepreneurs also get a chance to rent space and equipment at the facility as they work on growing their business. Ritoke Banana Crisps is currently based at the plant where the growing company processes banana crisps for sale. Aska Inyakwara, the company's founder, has been making the snacks for 9 years now. She started formally packaging and selling them in 2013.
When I started, I was processing 5 kilograms per day. But right now I'm processing 1,000 kilograms. Now, as you can see, the market is growing, and the people now have known the product in the market.
Aska is working hard to save up and open a factory where she can run a 24-hour production line. They are currently allowed to process for 8 hours a day at the government facility. Once processed and packaged, Ritoke Banana Crisps are delivered to supermarkets in Kishi Town and parts of the country where a pack costs about $1. The company also exports its products to clients in Holland. On a good month, Aska makes about $2,000.
Finally, we have our own. So I want to appreciate this, and I want to tell our locals and even people who traverse this area that have a taste in these banana crisps. They're really delicious.
Kenya launched a devolved system of government in 2013 to try to hasten rural development through 47 new counties and promote businesses like Ritoke. But many in the country fear corruption is a major obstacle to business and law enforcement, discouraging investment.